When models move fast, governance must move wisely. AI isn't like traditional technology, it doesn't unfold neatly, predictably, or linearly. It emerges. It learns. It surprises. And that's exactly why our ways of managing it must evolve too. In this context, the Project Management Office, long seen as the steward of discipline, schedule, and compliance, must now become something more nuanced, more fluid, and more strategic. It must split itself, one eye on the enterprise, one hand in the lab. This is where the enterprise PMO and the local PMO come into play, not as redundant bureaucracies, but as complementary forces that, together, turn AI from isolated experiments into enterprise capability. The enterprise PMO, guardian of strategic coherence. Think of the enterprise PMO as the steward of the AI orchestra, not playing every instrument but ensuring that what's played is in harmony with the company's long-term score. Its role is not to oversee individual models. It's to ask the larger questions that keep AI efforts grounded, responsible, and aligned. Questions like, is this initiative aligned with our business goals, or is it chasing novelty? Are we duplicating efforts or building on shared foundations? Are the models we're deploying ethically sound, explainable, and risk-aware? Is there a consistent language, life cycle, and set of expectations that every AI team follows? The EPMO works with executive leadership to determine where AI should be deployed, why, and how to ensure that success isn't measured by launch alone, but by long-term impact, adoption, and trust. It builds the frameworks, methodologies like CPMAI, AI governance playbooks, ethical checklists, and reusable component libraries. It trains teams, challenges assumptions, and tracks progress across a living, breathing portfolio of AI efforts. If the local PMO is boots on the ground, the enterprise PMO is eyes on the horizon. The local PMO, architect of AI execution. Now shift your gaze closer to the action, to the data scientists, engineers, product owners, and business users who are building something new, risky, and potentially transformative. Here sits the local PMO. Not passively watching timelines, but actively shaping how experimentation becomes deployment, and how deployment becomes change. Its job isn't to enforce linearity. It's to manage momentum with integrity. To ensure that fast doesn't mean sloppy. That learning doesn't mean chaos. That risk-taking doesn't mean recklessness. The local PMO becomes the translator of AI-specific workflows, tracking hypothesis iterations, surfacing model drift, ensuring ethical reviews are not skipped in the rush to production. They manage multiple AI use cases running in parallel, some still playing in sandboxes, others getting integrated into call centers, claims platforms, or underwriting engines. Where the enterprise PMO defines how AI should be governed, the local PMO ensures that governance actually happens, not as red tape, but as a rhythm. They document experiments. Facilitate retrospectives. Measure not just velocity, but veracity. Most importantly, they ensure the feedback loops are real, data to insight, insight to decision, decision to impact, and back again. A tale of two PMOs, and why both are essential. Without the enterprise PMO, AI becomes a collection of disconnected efforts, each with its own tools, terms, and ethics, or lack thereof. Innovation thrives, but trust and scale suffer. Without the local PMO, AI efforts lose control, models get launched without user readiness, projects get stuck in endless experimentation, or worse, they get deployed and disappear, unused. But together? Together, they create a system where AI is ambitious, yet accountable. Where it's fast, but not fragile. The enterprise PMO ensures that we're aiming at the right future. The local PMO ensures that we're not cutting corners to get there. The enterprise PMO sets the principles. The local PMO brings them to life. The enterprise PMO talks to the board. The local PMO listens to the team. Closing reflection, from control to coordination. Managing AI is no longer about controlling Gantt charts. It's about coordinating learning across a living system. That requires a PMO that doesn't just report on performance but shapes the conditions for responsible success. That doesn't just close a project, but opens a culture of feedback, transparency, and evolution. And that is the calling of the new PMO in AI. Not as administrators of delivery, but as architects of belief, behavior, and boldness. AI doesn't just need data to work. It needs discipline, dialogue, and design. And that's what the PMO must now deliver.